Okay, with us, James Morris just completed his first GM tournament. What do you think about James? What about your first GM Norm event?
Uh, Definitely could have gone better. Had I taken a little bit more care and not got into time trouble as much, I could have done much better. But it was a well-run event, and definitely lots of credit goes to you, Leonard, for organising an event that you will not see often in Australian chess. So it was a unique opportunity to participate in this type of event, and I was honoured to play.
Very good. And obviously, it's a first GM event, and hopefully not the last. We're hoping to continue this next, for many years to come. And can you tell us about your performance? Briefly go through, from round 1 to round 9, and just explain to listeners how you went.
Well, my tournament was pretty much a tournament of missed opportunities. In round 1, I had a pretty clear 3-move win against the Vietnamese GM, Tu Hong Thuoc.
Hong Kong, yep.
That's the one. It was a pretty simple win, but in time trouble I panicked and played the wrong move. I went into some preparation that Illingworth prepared against Solomon, which I'm still convinced is fine for black, but the preparation I've seen has had GM's analysis. I don't know, it's an unclear, messy position, but it's not like it's significantly worse for black. It's been played quite a few times, but whatever, I kind of mucked that up as well. I could have played f4 instead of g6, and that would have given me probably a better position. Round 3 was another horrible missed opportunity against Anton Smirnov. Absolutely dominating position very quickly. My bishops got active, and I had a massive pass pawn on d6, and a series of miscalculations, some one move, some relatively deep, led to me squandering the advantage very quickly and conceding a silly draw with a pretty annoying tactic. So the first 3 rounds were quite frustrating, considering I probably should have been on 2.5 out of 3. Being on half out of 3 was not great. Round 4 didn't get much better, as I played one of the 2,500 visiting GMs, Vasily Papin. I played a great game, actually. Pretty much solidified my queen side and started making play on the king side. He ended up trying to exchange queens, but the resulting ending was probably better for white.
I liked your king on e4.
And yeah, the king on e4 was tactically justified, thankfully. But I had to kind of see that from a while back. And then I started picking off pawns, and he made a couple of inaccuracies, but the position's very difficult for black anyway. Or the computer already thinks it's plus 0.9 or something, I don't know. But I couldn't really see many defences. And then I did the smart move of leaving my piece on 3, which was not quite a desirable objective. However, my position was good enough that even if I could drop a piece, I was still drawing.
It's unbelievable. It just shows you how good was your position.
Which is saying something about how awesome my position was. It's lucky that I could draw, but that was also a total hallucination again. Round 5 against Mises was probably the most interesting game I had in this tournament. I played knight d4 probably too early, as he said. That was based on a bit of a small hallucination again. I completely forgot about bishop h6. Queen f8, I'll probably have a slight advantage. So knight d4 came in early and I got a worse position. And then I just played rook e8, provoking the queen sacrifice. And a lot of people said that I missed that, and it was actually really a deep sacrifice that doesn't work, unfortunately, because I thought I could survive with the king with some precise moves, and my d-pawn would often be enough so I could sack the queen. Unfortunately, thanks to a 19-move force variation, where I promote to a queen and I'm still losing, I was losing anyway, and that was kind of impossible to see. Yeah. I'm no Carlson. I can't really calculate 19 moves deep, especially when I'm promoting queens and kings are running and stuff. It was a wild game, but definitely my most interesting game. Not the correct result. Well, correct result, of course, but I mean, not the desired result that I wanted, but it was really, really quite fascinating, that game. I had to probably sack the queen anyway, practically. My position was getting very bad quickly. Queen e2 was a very good move. h4 was not really working because of queen e7. So, yeah, that was interesting though. Round 6 was Bobby Cheng, and that was also pretty poor by me. I played really ultra solid line, got my pawns on dark squares, swapped off my dark square bishop, no problems. I always had a slight advantage. He played e5 really quickly, and I thought that was a big mistake. As it turns out, somehow it's tactically alright, and that he has some weird compensation. I found it very bizarre at the time, and I missed this h3 move, which is a pretty simple tactic really, but I could have played f3 instead of no f3, and with a couple of accurate moves I'll just be a pawn up. Instead I played no f3, and even after h3, some accurate moves I should hold, but accurate moves is not my forte in this tournament. So I kind of collapsed pretty quickly, and I played rook e7, totally forgetting about knight d5, a one move thing that just wins a piece basically.
Yep.
So
But after that,
after that I nearly got something. It was very close, but he unfortunately could make me. It was getting there. It was getting there though, but.
But your very next games, you performed much better, and you scored a lot of points.
Yeah, after the Cheng game, I was on 1 out of 6, feeling very, very not so happy. Let's put it that way. I was not impressed with the way I was playing, and I knew I was playing good, just not getting
Couldn't
any
score
results.
the goals.
Exactly. It's like dominating the position, just sitting there and letting some German team get you on the rebound. It's terrible. Losing 1-0. But round 7 bore fruit as I beat who was in form, Max Illingworth, who was the only one still in contention for a GM Norm.
Yeah, it was a very nice game and difficult game, end game especially, isn't it?
The ending was, I was very happy. It's probably the best play of the tournament in that ending. I repeated moves about 4 times just to gain time on the clock. But apart from that, in time trouble, I came up with a really clear plan on how to make progress. Because the fact that opposite colour bishops makes it really annoying, very hard to make progress. The dark squares are always chronically weak, and you need to somehow cut off the rook from the a6 pawn by threatening to trap it, and you need to figure out where the knights go. And you have to combine threats against the king. It was really, really quite complicated. And a lot of the time, I could win the b pawn, but he takes the f pawn, and then it becomes a draw. So I had to be very careful, but I got him in a nice mating net in the end.
Yeah, it was
The finish was very nice, but even by then, I've already pretty much consolidated, and his king's going to be forced back to e3 or something. And then his b pawn falls, my bishop's on e6, protecting the f pawn, and it's going to be a pretty clear win after that. So that required around 30 moves of pretty precise technique and time trouble. So in a very unusual ending.
Yep.
So I was glad I found the right plan, especially this knight b8 move was really nice.
Yep.
I think, followed by king c8. A bit paradoxical, but the idea was just to force the rook out and get the bishop to e6. And the strategy worked. I had a strategy for the game, was just to play really solidly and try and let him come at me. And he made an accuracy with queen f3, and after that I think I was better. Only slightly. He kind of panicked a bit. The position wasn't totally lost, he was only slightly worse. And he sacked a piece that looked extremely dubious. But I think he had this he wanted to win mentality.
Yep.
Because, he had to beat me to stand a chance for a GM Norm. So I think he approached the game the wrong way, and you should learn from that. I mean, sometimes you just need to play chess to achieve the result, and he kind of tried to demolish the opening that can't really be demolished. You kind of need to play slowly.
And in round 8 you won again.
Round 8 was probably the best pure game. I kind of just got the 2 bishops against Luke Lee, and they pretty much dominated the board. According to my good friend Frank Leckers, who was analysing the game at home, of his computer, apart from the opening, all my moves were recommended by Houdini or something, like the latest Houdini. They were all recommended bar 2, and those 2 moves were the second best moves. Apart from King G2, which was... Rook H3 was the second best move. King G2 mated. I was thinking about that, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Winning a rook's good enough.
Yeah, it was very nice and clean, pure game with 2 bishops dominating.
I was really happy because I kept things under control. I found the nice bishop d6 moves and bishop g8, and just... It was really good because I've obviously first 6 rounds I was having serious difficulty winning positions, and that in rounds 7 and 8 that I could actually convert these gave me a lot more confidence, and hopefully I can continue to do that.
Of course, this is obviously today you make a quick draw against Darryl Johansson, 6-time Victorian champion, Australian champion. Of course, you played with black pieces, and when you're playing in the last round with black pieces against you have obviously it's a good result. Now it was very tough. It had been very tough year for you. It's all